Wouldn't it be great if we could make the world what we want? If we could just close our eyes and dream our dreams for ourselves and everyone around us that we love. If we could close our eyes and just make all of those dreams come true. What a wonderful world it would be. But that's not reality, is it? Hi, this is Sandra Hart at Life Over 60. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today's video is going to be a potpourri of a lot of things. A few things that I liked this year, that I bought either on Amazon or that I have been gifted or that I have bought myself. I'm going to talk about my background here. I'm going to talk about my wall decor and just exactly what it is and how it came to be. And I'm going to be talking about relationships and memories and just a whole bunch of stuff today. So this is going to be a potpourri, a mixture of Sandra's Life Over 60. So please stay with me and we'll get right to it. The first things that I want to talk about, I want to show you a couple of things that I have gotten this year off of Amazon that I really love. Almost a year ago, I got an Amazon show, and it's absolutely wonderful because I can call my children and have FaceTime with them. I can listen to podcasts or books on tape while I'm cooking and in the kitchen. I can listen to music, and when you do listen to music, they show you the album. They tell you what the name of the song is. You can ask her the same questions that you ask Alexis, but I really like it. But especially the main thing that I love is being able to talk to my children in FaceTime, but yet having a bigger screen than my little iPhone. So I really like that. And now that we're in the kitchen, let's stay in the kitchen. And I'm going to show you what I got for Christmas. And this is an Arc soda maker. I drink a lot of water during the day. I really think that and know that hydration is so important to your health. So I drink a lot of water. I got an Arc soda maker, and it's just absolutely fantastic. You fill up the bottle to the line on the bottle with cold water. You just screw in the bottle into the Arc, and it has a cylinder inside that you buy extra, a cylinder of carbonation, and then you just pull the lever and voila, you have a full bottle of soda. And if you want to add flavor to it, you add it after, that you don't put it into the bottle before you carbonate it. So if you pour a glass of carbonation and you want to put a little cranberry juice in it, a little flavoring of something that you like, then you can do that. So now I don't have to be hauling a bunch of cans or bottles back to the house from the grocery store because I have my soda maker. And both Arthur and I really love those two things. Now, someone has asked me about my wall treatment in the back. Well, actually, I didn't do that on purpose, and I probably would not have done that if I haven't moved into a place that really had not a whole lot of storage. I love my wreaths. I change my wreaths just about every day, and you can hear Sophie in the background trying to get comfortable. But I change my wreaths for the seasons or every month. But unfortunately, I don't have any place to store the wreaths. So I thought, what am I going to do? I'll put them on my wall in this room. So I have a collection of wreaths back there that represent all of the seasons and I switch them out. And once I take one off the door, then I'll put it back on the wall, and I'll take another one down from the wall and put it out on the door. And in the center is it's a porcelain French lavoir. Now, they used to be in restaurants filled with lavender water in France. And if you go in and you can wash your hands, you can turn on the little spigot and the lavender water comes out and refreshes your hands and makes you feel nice and clean. So I got that in France years ago, maybe 40 or so years ago, and I absolutely love it. I had somebody make me a holder for it because I just can't put it into the wall and the sheetrock. It will fall out because it is rather heavy. And then here, when I had it in New Jersey, I put beautiful shells in it because I lived on the Jersey Shore. But here, what I have done for storage space, I have put my large scarves in it. The scarves that I wear around my neck, I just roll them up or put them in there. And it's not only colorful, but it gives me creative storage space. So that kind of explains my wall back there. It's a wall of necessity, as I say. I wouldn't probably have done that if I hadn't needed a place to put my wreaths. Some of the products that I am using, City Lips or City Beauty contacted me and asked me if I would please do a review for some of their products. Well, I don't always do that, but I'd heard some pretty good things about City Beauty, so I said that I would give an honest review in probably about 30 days. So I recently received the package, and I've been trying out some of their things. This is the Hydro Mask. I can't give a review because I haven't tried it long enough. And the lips that they have, the City Lips, and I have it on today. And when you wear it, it's supposed to help plump a little bit and take out the lines around your mouth. Well, I've never ever had any bleeding yet. I do have, small wrinkles around my mouth, but I've never had any problems with bleeding. But I am going to be trying these products to see whether or not they have a mask, they have an eye product, and the lip product, under eye product. So I'm going to be trying all of these City Lip products for about 30 days. And then I'll give my review. I always say that you can never judge a book by its cover, and you don't know what's going on behind a closed door. And that's true. That's true for all of us. That's true for everyone. And this time of year, January, February, it's always kind of hard for me. And I really have to share this with you because it's something since 1980 that I've been going through every year during this January, February period of my life. I have highlights, of course. I was married to Arthur on the 17th in February, so that's a wonderful, wonderful memory and something positive. But also, on January 20th, 1980, I received the phone call from the state police in Pennsylvania saying that my late husband, Jennings, or my husband, was missing, and he hadn't been seen for at least a week. Did I know where he was? I took that phone call and I hung down the receiver, and I took it with mixed emotions. If you have read my book, Behind the Magic Mirror, and if you've watched me enough to know that my husband suffered from schizophrenia, and he had schizophrenia of the worst type. He was a paranoid schizophrenia, and he was violent at times. He had delusions, and there was nothing that we could do to help him once he stopped taking his medication. So there was a lot of fear involved in my marriage and in my relationship. But that didn't stop me from loving the man that I married and the man that he was and that I remembered. So when I received that phone call, I had mixed emotions. I, on one hand, felt relief that maybe I wouldn't be afraid anymore that he might come back and hurt me or the children. And I had sadness too, because I thought maybe he's wandering around and maybe he's lost somewhere and he needs help. And I remembered, when I thought about that, the love that we had together and how I felt about him before he got into the acute stages of his illness. Well, that phone call in January changed my life forever, because Jennings was never found, ever. To this day, it's still an open missing case with the missing persons in the FBI. I investigated it, and I worked with all of the state police, and basically from the information that they have gathered in probably the first 10 years or 15 years of his disappearance, was that he was killed, he was murdered, and that he's no longer alive. So when something tragic like that happens, and if any of you are watching this and have had loss of a loved one, you know exactly how I feel. Kind of. I mean, I had that juxtaposition of fear and having my husband become someone that I didn't know, that was frightening to me. He became another person. But yet, through time, and as time has passed, I can remember how I really loved him and how I really felt about him. So every year, all of these memories and all of this life-changing events and that life-changing phone call surfaces, and I remember. And that is just the reason I'm sharing this with you, I think, is just to let everybody know that what you see on the surface is not all good. Everyone has a story. Everyone has heartache. Everyone has joy. And we all can try to find happiness, can't we? So that's this potpourri video today. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate each and every one of you, and don't forget, You've really worked hard. You deserve it. You're awesome. Do something wonderful for yourself today. Something every day, at least one thing to pamper yourself, no matter what it is. And don't forget to be kind to whoever crosses your path. And of course, something that we all need, you need, and I need it, and the world needs it, love. Don't forget to share the love. Thank you so much. I hope to see you again, and I hope you'll join me in my next video. But in the meantime, have a wonderful week, and I'll be thinking of you. Take care, and I'll see you